Hi everyone. So I'm down here in the weight room. I know a lot of you have been asking me to share my routine for exercising, and I have made a lot of changes to it since getting out of the hospital and then getting turned down for the valves, and just trying to improve my numbers. And my doctor had wanted me to start going to pulmonary rehab. And when I checked into it, they didn't cover it at the places. My insurance doesn't cover it at the places that are closest to my house. And the nearest place is an hour away. So it led me to do some checking into, because I've been exercising all throughout since my diagnosis. And it probably has helped to keep me being able to be as active as I am. But I always feel like I see people who go to pulmonary rehab and then they talk about how they feel so much stronger than before. And I feel like I'm always just maintaining. So that led me to do some checking into why that might be, where I'm just maintaining and not actually like gaining or getting ahead or feeling like I am. I understand too that it can kind of be deceiving, because when I was first diagnosed, even just turning over in bed was too much work. So, and that's not an issue now. So, I mean, things have progressed and got better at the same time, but you still, I just feel like I was slipping away with my endurance. So I started doing some checking into what I might could change with my routine. And what I found is I've always walked, and I've always done a little bit of strength training on the Bowflex here. And I used to follow a very regular routine. So the treadmill and then the Bowflex, and I would just do the same routine every day. And what I found was, I think that was where I was lacking in progressing, is from doing just the same exercises all the time. My body was just used to it. And so what I've found recently, and what I've changed with my workouts now, is that I do a variation. The one thing that remains the same is the treadmill. I do that every day. I do make changes on the treadmill though, where I'll vary in time, length of time that I spend on there. Anywhere it can be short, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. The longer times that I spend, I will usually do a more steady pace, whereas if I'm rushed and I have somewhere else to go and I have to do the shorter times, I'll do where I increase the speed, like I go really fast for a minute, and then slow down for 3 minutes, and then fast again for a minute, and slow down for 3 minutes, till I catch my breath and stuff. So I do interval training on the days that I don't have as much time for the treadmill. And then as far as strength training, I do some of the Bowflex as I used to do, but now I also do some free weights, and we have a rowing machine, and we also have a bike, and we have an elliptical, but that machine, that is not for me. I cannot breathe on that machine at all. So I don't do that. And then for people who don't have any equipment, walking just wherever you can walk is still great. In fact, walking off of a treadmill is always more work than it is on the treadmill, so it's great exercise. And then there's plenty of different ways to do exercises without equipment. I do some days with yoga, and then there's a lot of days that I don't use any equipment at all. I do, like I said, the yoga. There's some exercises you can do with chairs. There's squats. You can do counter push-ups, jogging in place, just the bands, I can't remember, for Pilates, they're great for arms and strength training that way. So there's a number of different things that you can do without any equipment at all, which I'll show you some of these. I'm just gonna start off on a treadmill, and then I'll go through and show you some of the other stuff that I do. So, here we go. So what I've tried to do today was just give you like a quick synopsis of some of the different exercises that I do. I never do all of these exercises in the same day. Like I said, I do the treadmill every day for usually about 15 to 20 minutes. The shorter days, like I said, I do interval, and the longer days I do just a steady pace. Then I usually pick 3 or 4 other exercises. So on the Bowflex, I might do 3 different exercises. I showed you just a sample of one. All my Bowflex exercises, I always focus on the upper body. So I might have a day that I do the treadmill and 3 other Bowflex exercises. Or I might have a day that I do the treadmill and some yoga. Or the treadmill and the rowing machine and 2 other exercises. So I usually try to have the treadmill and then 3 or 4 other exercises that go along with it. And I don't do an intense long time. I don't really worry about correctness of form, and you shouldn't either. It should just be that you're moving, that you're doing something. As you get stronger, you can focus more on form and maybe adding more sets. So like you might start off with 3 sets of 10 for like the squats, or 3 sets of 10 for the counter push-ups. And then as you get stronger, maybe you'll do 3 sets of 30. You know, not all at once, but you might work up to 15, 3 sets of 15, and then 3 sets of 20. So you just keep adding to it as you build strength. And then once you get to a certain point where you don't want to keep adding because it's lengthening, then you start focusing more on form. And as you pay more attention to form, the exercises will start to get harder. So I know that everything is not done correctly that I'm showing, and form is not my particular concern right now. So it's just to keep me moving and doing stuff. And then I start to notice that it helps a lot with strengthening your upper body, which helps with breathing, which makes daily activities easier. So you just want to try to incorporate some stuff every day, and or at least a good portion of the days. And you might start off with 3 days a week and then add, as it gets easier for you, add more days a week to it and stuff like that. So good luck with everybody. I hope this helped answer some of your exercise questions. And of course, I'm always monitoring with my handy dandy oxygen oximeter. So it keeps track of my pulse and my oxygen rate so that neither of them get out of hand while I'm exercising. I take a break whenever I need. So keep that in mind. But good luck in your endeavor. And this is kind of like perfect timing for the new year. So happy new year, you guys. Wishing you a year of great health and great exercise. Hang in there. Bye-bye.